Guys, no.
They wake up. Please welcome the sharp, scintillating and hopelessly crushworthy Brooke Shields. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. So you trust me, huh?
Yeah, I trust you.
Trust me, thank you.
Now, Brooke, before we talk about you, I want to ask you, you're the only person I've met, and this is hardly surprising, I guess, but the only person I met who was actually at the big Liz Taylor, Larry Fortensky wedding just last week. So I want to ask you about that. Now, first of all, how was it?
It was actually wonderful. There were only about 160, 180 people. And it was very intimate, it was very family-oriented, and it was difficult to hear all the vows because of the helicopters.
Yeah.
But Michael had asked me to come and be with him for the wedding.
And you were Michael Jackson's date?
Yes.
And did you see that uncanny resemblance to how it brought him?
Unbelievable. I'm going to have to call Michael on it right now.
Because you've seen them now both up close. You could testify.
Hardly tell the difference.
Now, because you have been out on several dates with Mr. Jackson, is that correct?
Michael and I have been friends for years.
Now, so what does someone like Michael Jackson, who is a figure of great mystery to most of us, what sort of small talk does he make? What do you chat about?
You know, Michael has such a wonderful way of looking at the world, and he has an innocence about him that just enables him to revel in flowers and children and animals. And he's just, I mean, he talks about his work a little bit, but he really just talks about things that make him happy. I mean, we have long discussions just about everything.
So he's quite a regular person, then?
He really is, and he's, well, regular in the sense that, not regular in the sense that he's not jaded.
Yeah.
And I find that many people in this business have a tendency, it's easy to become jaded.
Easy to become cynical, bitter, twisted. Just look at me.
Yeah.
Now, but one thing I must ask you, you go on dates with this man over a period of several years. How do you recognise him between dates? How do you know it's him turning up? Because he does look very different now, doesn't he?
He does look different. We don't ever discuss any of that, actually. We talk a lot on the phone, so it's usually his voice that gives him away.
But do you find yourself biting your lips saying, the man has a completely different nose? And then you go, what a terrific weather we've been having, Michael. How do you avoid the issue?
It's not something that you just really want to ever talk about or dwell on. But we actually, for the wedding, we were, I mean, it was really interesting because I was there from the entire
so we're back to the wedding now, Brooke, I see, yeah.
Light segue.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wedding.
Okay, okay, I see you won't be drawing that, I understand. Let me ask you, I mentioned in the introduction there, and the only reason I mention it is every article I've read with you in the recent years, they have all mentioned the fact that you are still a virgin, that's what they say, and I hope I'm not embarrassing by talking about it. What I want to ask you is, do you regret the fact that that ever became public, the fact that now everyone talks about that, because it's obviously an incredibly personal thing?
As far as personal subjects are concerned, I don't regret anything I've ever said. I came out with a book in which I discussed this, and it was geared towards helping young adults grow up in this world where there's a lot of pressure, and a lot of pressure sometimes to do things that young women are not comfortable with. And I was, in essence, just stating the fact that it's okay to really do what you believe. But maybe, you know, if I had met you earlier, I might not have been able to write
the book. It's late in London, but it's early here. The other thing which everyone thinks about, you mentioned Brooke Shields, of course, are your eyebrows, your famous eyebrows. And there they are in full glory. I see them in front of me now. And I see Michael Jackson hasn't bothered any either. But I found a photograph in a magazine I was looking through where you have them trimmed and shaped and everything there. That was it's a great look for you there, I think.
It's actually, that's the first time anything has ever been done to my eyebrows. When I was younger, Ford Modeling Agency said I had to bleach them and pluck them, and it was, you know, something I just never thought about doing. And then we did this shoot, and
for this shoot, were they shaved or plucked?
They were, they were plucked, actually. They were arced as well.
There they are. It's a beautiful job they've done, whoever did that for you. And is this something you will consider doing now? You will consider adopting this look as a full-time thing, or? I
will. If it affects you the way it does, I think I'm going to have to continue.
Right. I would have thought shaved, but there you go. They look fantastic. Well. Now, what's happened with the film career? Because there was a film which I read about, I've even seen photographs of a few years ago, you made, Brenda Starr, with Timothy Dalton, who's very well known now.
Excellent. Diana Scarwood, Charles Durning. We have a wonderful cast. The film has been edited, finished for 5 years. I mean, we had it before the Batman and Dick Tracy's.
It's kind of a comic strip, based on a comic strip, isn't it?
It's based on a comic strip Brenda starred in the 1940s. I'm 47, actually. I had flaming red hair. Everybody plays a wonderful character, and it's been tied up in litigation. So it's a very unfortunate fact.
Because it's kept your career back, I guess, isn't it? The fact that you haven't been seen and...
Well, it's kept the movie back. I mean, you know, that's, as far as my career, I'm always working in one realm or another. But it's a shame that people haven't seen it, because I know people would really like it. We have, from what I understand, a later date of November that they say it's coming out.
So we might get to see it.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
I hope so, and I hope it all happens for you. A great pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much indeed. Brooke Shields, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Brooke. Brooke Shields there, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. And